The world seems like a quiet place, but that is only true for the sounds humans choose to hear. A cat's fleeting expression, a dog's tail striking the ground while waiting for its owner, a bird building a nest on concrete in the city center. These are not coincidences. Nature was never merely an ordinary fragment of itself, and humans never lived outside of it. We will not begin this story in wild forests. This story begins in a living room, on a street corner, or in a child's outstretched hand. Because animals no longer live only in nature, they live with us. And perhaps the most interesting thing is how they adapt to us, while we are still struggling to fully understand them. Think of a cat. Thousands of years ago, it was a hunter, silent and solitary, needing no one to survive. Now it sits by a window, watching the outside world. But it is not chasing prey. Why? Because evolution sometimes shapes behavior more than muscle strength. Cats did not lose their power through humans. They simply learned not to use it. When a cat approaches you, what it is really saying is, "Will you respect my space?" Cats form connections with people who love them, but this relationship is built on balance, not obedience. Cats do not see humans as owners, but as beings who share the same environment. That is why a cat comes and goes, and when a cat chooses you, it is a privilege. Now let's look at dogs. Dogs are different because they were never alone. They acted together. They hunted together, protected one another, and survived as a group. Then they met humans. This encounter became one of the longest partnerships in history. When humans discovered fire, dogs followed. When humans settled down, dogs waited. When humans were alone, dogs were there. Dogs do not merely recognize humans, they understand them. They read facial expressions, tones of voice, and intentions. When a dog looks at you, it is not just seeing you, it is trying to figure you out. That is why a dog's loyalty cannot be explained by training alone. It is an evolutionary agreement. "You protect me," says the human. "I understand you," says the dog. And this agreement is still ongoing. But nature is not made up only of domesticated animals. There are birds trapped within cities, foxes rummaging through trash at night, squirrels roaming comfortably through parks. Nature did not retreat, it simply took on a new form. A bird nesting on the top floor of a building is not a failure, it is adaptation. Nature did not ignore humans, it took them into account. And this may be the greatest paradox of all. Humans changed nature, nature responded by changing humans. Let us pause and think for a moment. A stray dog comes to the same spot at the same time every day. It gets food from the same people and does not run from the same children. This is not random. Animals create social maps within cities. Who is safe? Who is dangerous? Which street is quiet? Which corner is risky? All of this is stored in memory. The city, then, is read by far more living beings than we imagine. While humans read signs, animals observe behavior. Now we arrive at the hardest question. After spending so much time together, why do we still struggle to understand one another? Perhaps because humans want to control nature, while animals only know how to adapt. When a dog obeys, it does so not out of fear, but out of bonds. When a cat ignores you, it is not disrespect, it is setting a boundary. When a bird flies away, it is not cowardice, but survival knowledge. Nature is not moral, but it is honest. And perhaps that is why, when we look at nature, we are forced to confront ourselves. This documentary was not made to aestheticize animals. We do not seek to turn them into heroes or portray them as innocent. They are what they are, with their instincts, intelligence, and flaws. And humans in this story are neither hunters nor mere observers. Humans are an essential part of this system, sometimes protectors, sometimes disruptors, and sometimes learners. This is not only the story of animals, it is the story of living together. And perhaps the real question is this: we changed nature, but is nature still changing us?